Hey guys, Brandon here from All About DIY coming to you on Easter weekend. What is going on? Glad you could make it. Okay, so let's cut right to the chase. There's two parts to this video. First, I would like to say thank you very much to every single one of my subscribers and to all the people that watch my videos and comment. Enough can't be said for how much positive feedback I've gotten on all of my videos, and I just can't be happier with it. I never really thought I would get this far, so that's just awesome. And with that 1,000 subscriber milestone that I'm almost at, I wanted to do, like a little contest. I wanted to give away a little bit and just show you guys how much I appreciate everything that you guys do for me. So we're going to be doing a little contest. I'll put out the information and, all the things that you need to know about it shortly, probably the early next month, something like that. But, stay tuned for that. There's going to be some DIY stuff I'm going to give away. It's just some random little stuff, so that'll be cool. Also in this video, we are going to be doing an update, finally, on the 400-gallon Tanganyikan tank. I'm going to give you guys the specs and the cost and what fish are in there and, water parameters and everything like that. So, again, thank you everybody for watching this video and all of the ones before that. And, stay tuned. We'll get after it. Okay, guys, so here is the tank as of today. It's come a long way. I've been battling algae and things like that. And, I'm just trying to get the tank dialed in as best I can. And it's actually going pretty well, so that's good. So, I guess we should just start from the beginning. So, this tank is 400 gallons, or 1,500 liters for those who don't want to convert it, which is 120 inches by 31 inches by 25 inches. That's the dimensions, obviously. I got this tank on Craigslist for $900 about 5 years ago, and it came with two Fluval FX5 canister filters, which I thought was awesome. It is about half-inch thick glass, or 12 millimeter, which weighs a ton when you try to move it. So that's always fun. It comes with a metal stand that's actually made with the tank and is obviously strong enough to support the tank, which is nice. I'm also running on this tank a Sunsun 304B canister filter. It's got the 9-watt built-in UV sterilizer, and I just like it. It's 85 bucks on Amazon. You can't go wrong with that. And, I've got two of them, and I haven't had a single problem. So, enough can't be said for how cool those things are. Also, I'm running a 950 gallon per hour Aqueon circulation pump. I'm running two Eheim Jaeger 300-watt heaters, and that's pretty much the tech on the tank for the most part. I'm running a couple of 6500 Kelvin GU10 LED bulbs that are wired in series that are illuminating it right now, which I actually am going to upgrade. I've got those in the mail coming to me right now. I'm going to add 6 more of those 6500 Kelvin bright whites, and I'm also going to add 4 LED grow or full spectrum, I should say, LED bulbs. So yeah, like I said, I'm waiting on those, and then I'm going to build a rack and all that stuff, and that's going to be a future video. So that is that. The substrate is just 400 pounds of what they call silver sand. It's probably just play sand or something like that. Nothing special. I got it from Lowe's. It's like $9 for 100 pounds. So that's super cheap. And I got the rocks, which are granite. I thought that was a good choice. I like the color, as well as they're extremely hard. So the way I saw it was, being that they're hard, they're not going to leach any kind of weird things into my water and alter my pH and things like that, like a limestone-based rock would do. And that's also super cheap. I think it's like 15 cents a pound from like a landscaping supply company. So, not very much money at all, which is nice because I am not rich by any stretch of the imagination. So that worked out great. And, this tank weighs, with water, rocks, everything in it, about 4,000 pounds. So, it's no small tank. I mean, it's not a public aquarium by any means, but it's a big home aquarium. It weighs a lot. You really got to be careful with where you put this as far as hardwood floors, or if you have like a subfloor or anything like that. It's got to be a thick concrete slab to even have this tank. So, obviously I did my research on that before I went up and set it. Plus, I got new carpet in my house recently, so I was able to inspect the slab below, and it was totally fine, so we're good to go. Let's see, what else? Okay, so the water parameters, the pH is about 8.6. And that's my tap water. That's directly out of the tap. All I use is dechlorinator. I'm on the municipal water system, so I'm, you know, not a well, so I have to treat my water, which is cool. It's all good. And the general hardness is about 250 parts per million, give or take. So it's extremely hard. I mean, it's like liquid rock. So, you know, that's ideal for this tank. Same with the pH, and I run the temperature at about 79 degrees Fahrenheit. So, you know, the fish are happy. I'm happy. I'm trying to mimic Lake Tanganyika as much as I can. That way the fish are extremely happy, and, you know, we'll have little to no issues with them as long as I keep up on that. And, you know, water changes are horrendous. It's just, I mean, a 25% water change is 100 gallons of water, and that's bigger than most people's home tanks. So it's just, it's a lot of work to take care of. Totally worth it. But, you know, when you get into a big tank like this, you just got to expect that there's going to be more work, you know. So, I also wanted to mention, as far as what I do to clean the tank, I actually have like a scrub brush that I dip into the tank, and I scrub the rocks with it, you know, when algae starts to build up. And then I have a whisk that's for like beating eggs and things like that I run all through the substrate to, you know, just to make sure that sand is constantly moving and it's, you know, it's being oxygenated, so I don't get any anaerobic bacteria buildup or anything like that, which is going to be a problem underneath the rocks, but I don't think it should be an issue due to the amount of circulation that's in this tank. You know, if say the anaerobic bacteria off gases nitrogen, it'll just go to the surface and you know, off gas through the air-water interface. So I'm not really too worried about it. I keep really good care of this tank, and I'm constantly maintaining it, so, you know, it's not really too big of an issue. So there is that. The fish in the tank, I've got 15 Tropheus duboisi from Lake Tanganyika. I've got 5 Neolamprologus brichardi, or Bricardi, however you want to say that. I've got 2 Altolamprologus compressiceps, the gold head variety. And I've got 2 Cynodontis multipunctatus catfish, all of which, of course, are from Lake Tanganyika. That way I wouldn't, you know, have conflicting water parameters for fish. I wanted to do, you know, just a straight up Tanganyikan tank. It didn't start out that way. I wanted to do a Tropheus specific tank, but you know what? I just got bored with it. So, you know, whatever. That's how things go. They evolve and they morph into something else, and that's awesome too. So, you know, a couple things I still want to get for the tank are a couple of Gelitochromis marlieri. I think they're really awesome. I need to get my hands on a couple of those here pretty soon. And I also am trying to find some Cyprichromis leptosoma. I cannot find those things anywhere, you know. So if you know somebody that's in the Southern California area or who's willing to ship these fish to Southern California, please let me know in the comments below so that I can get some of those fish. I'm really chomping at the bit to try to get some. I need to step up my game a little bit. So anyways, yeah, so this is 3 months set up. This is 90 days so far, and it's just going really well. I haven't had a single issue so far, not a single casualty. I've had a little bit of a problem with brown algae, but you know what? It's all good. It happens. It's kind of like a new tank syndrome type deal, you know, so I've just been avidly fighting it, you know, with scrubbing it and, you know, using my UV sterilizer on and off and things like that, and it's actually gotten a lot better, and I've started to grow a little bit of green algae, which is very nice. I'm liking that a lot. So yeah, you know, it's going. It's slow. All these fish are slow growers, which is cool with me. I have patience, and you know, I feed them twice a day. I feed them omega-1 veggie kelp flakes, and I also feed them San Francisco Bay Emerald Entree, I believe it's called. It's got a bunch of different stuff in there, like little tiny mysis shrimp, like cabbage, and a bunch of other good green stuff. And I also make a DIY food with like peas and green beans and romaine lettuce, and you know, I take shrimp and I basically turn it into paste, and you know, I freeze it, and they seem to love that. And I've actually got a dominant male that has emerged from the colony and is starting his color transformation. So that's really awesome. I really like that. I love these fish, and I think it's just really cool. So so yeah, like I said, it's all coming together. It's all doing its thing. You know, it's been a long journey from the start with setting everything up. You know, I want to say, shoot, with buying the tank originally, which I've already obviously paid for, and things like that. But I'm probably about $1,500 into this thing with everything, fish. You know, I use ChemiPure Blue and ChemiPure Elite, BioBalls, BioRings. I use activated filter carbon, and stuff like that. So that's with everything, which I don't think is too bad. $1,500 for a 400-gallon tank. is not a bad price to pay. So, you know, anyone can do this. You just got to find the right tank and just wait and, you know, start accumulating stuff over time, and it's possible for anyone to do it as long as you have the means to do it. So, you know, I encourage anyone to go this route, especially if their tap water is hard. Now, if you have soft tap water, obviously you're going to want to go more of the South American route. But like I said earlier, I've got some really hard tap water, so it only made sense to do this. Plus, I love Tanganyikan fish, so there is that. So, you know, there's all the specs. If I missed anything, let me know in the comments below, and I will certainly answer all of your questions. Yeah, so I guess we'll just take a moment, and then I'll you know, pick you guys up, and I'll show you the tank up close, and, you know, show you the fish health and how everything's doing, and then you know, I guess we'll end this video. So stay tuned. Okay, guys, so here's the tank at a slightly different angle, and then we'll just kind of creep up and see if we can spot some of these guys up close, if they'll let me do it. I'm not really sure how that's going to work out. So yeah, so there's the dominant male right there, right in the center. And you can see the bar starting to form on the side. It's hard to tell in the video, but his face is actually starting to turn blue, which is cool. So yeah, and there's a little, it kind of looks brown in the video, but that's actually some green algae growing on that rock. I've got a little bit growing on that there rock. So, you know, I'm just going to try to keep the lighting cycle the same, keep feeding the same, and keep water changing the same, and this thing should work out nice. Here's a couple of the juvenile Brichardi right there that I just got. I probably have only had these guys in here for about 2 weeks. The trophies have been in here most of the time, and I threw the fish in along with the compressiceps that I got, which is right there. And they did fine. There was no territorialism, there was nothing. They just got right along, so that's awesome. I was really happy with that. Good stuff. A couple scratches on the tank from the previous owner. Let his kids mess around with it, and that's what you get. Basically, gravel stuck to a mag float scraper will do it, you know. So, anyways, so here's the fish. There's the larger Ultralamprologus right there. And what I'm hoping is I know these Brichardi, they reproduce extremely fast, and they're really good at keeping the babies safe and stuff like that. You know, all the community members of the little colony get together and they guard the babies and stuff like that. So what I'm hoping is these guys are going to basically reproduce like crazy, and then these guys, who are a predatory fish, are going to pick off some of the babies, because I find it kind of hard to feed them, because they'll eat bloodworms and who knows what other food like that, and the trophies really can't eat too much of that stuff because they're really prone to bloat, especially with wild-caught species. So you gotta be really careful with that, and I find it challenging sometimes to feed. But you know, it is what it is. It takes some time to get used to, and stuff like that. So yeah, so here they are. They're all doing great. They've doubled in size at least. And here's some of the rocks just going on. You know, some of the aquascape. I've actually pulled a few of them out and scrubbed them. So, you know, it's just a work in progress, just like any other tank. It just takes patience. You know, yeah. So this is the tank so far, 3 months in. Fish are doing great, you know. So that's always a plus. So yeah, I'll let you guys check out the fish for a little bit. I'll move the camera around so we can see some stuff. And yeah. Alright guys, so that'll conclude this video. I just kind of wanted to do an update, make sure you guys are seeing what I got so far. So as you can see, everybody's doing great. The fish health is just immaculate. I haven't had a single issue with anything as far as diseases. They all eat, they're all active. They've all carved out their little territories. They're all getting along great. So that's just nothing but good news. So again, thank you to every single one of my subscribers. I just couldn't be happier. I never thought I'd get this far, and it's just amazing, and I just couldn't be happier. So thank you guys for tuning in. And stay tuned for future stuff. I got a lot of stuff in the works. So you guys have a great rest of your weekend, and we will catch you on the next one. Later.